Thank you so much, Jennifer, for inviting me into your gorgeous home in New Jersey.
Of course, you're welcome. It's good to have you here.
You're from Plainview,
Yeah.
New York. So how did it come about? You obviously live here in New Jersey, in Paramus, but how did you get on Housewives of New Jersey?
Well, the reason that we ended up picking New Jersey to live after Bill was done with his residency is because we have a very strong Syrian Orthodox community here in Bergen County. So I'm from Turkey, but I'm Syrian Orthodox in religion, which is also a culture. And I knew that, like, growing up here in America, there were going to be aspects of my kids losing part of their culture. Because for me, I'm first generation here. I speak Turkish. My parents were here off the boat. But I didn't speak Turkish to my kids. It didn't come as easily to me, so they lost the language. So I didn't want them to lose the culture. And I thought if they grew up going to church every Sunday, going to camp with people that were from their community, same culture, you know, they would feel that they had some kind of sense of belonging. So I auditioned, and when I moved into this house, my very first year, I got the email, and I was like, you know what? You guys are gonna want me, and I'm gonna say no. But yeah, they did want me, and I didn't say no. So I said yes. So yeah, my first season was a little hard because I'm so transparent that, like, sometimes I don't know when my words are getting the best of me and people are receiving it not in the way that I intended.
Hello, what? Hello? Swear to God.
Never meant to offend you.
I think by this point you should just put it on a t-shirt. I'm sorry, so you could just be like...
Everything ends up always being my fault. How did we get here? Isn't this my birthday? Isn't it about me?
When you watch the show yourself and you see what your castmates are saying about you in their interviews, does that bother you? Or?
It doesn't bother me. I will say that after my first season started airing and I started, like, watching my edit, and it was me talking about my house a lot. And it's funny because I'm just gonna put you in my little head as to what I was thinking while I was filming those scenes. So I was talking about my beautiful basement and how it has because everyone was going crazy about the 16 bathrooms. This is basically 12,000 square feet with an 8,000 square foot basement. It has 9 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms. 16 bathrooms, you say? Well, the architect told me that when you build these houses now, to keep the value, it's better for every bedroom to have its own bathroom. So you know what? I listen to people who have more experience than I do. I never knew that the 16 bathrooms were gonna be a thing. Like, I thought basketball court was cool. When I heard people had an elevator in their house growing up, I'm like, oh my God, they must be the Rockefellers. Like, nobody cared about that. Everybody cared about the 16 bathrooms. And I was like, well, it's 16 bathrooms because it's 9 bedrooms and they're all en suite for resale value, and the master has 2, so that's 10 right off the bat. So if you think about it, I only have 6 bathrooms. That's not too much. So when I was talking about the bedrooms in the basement, I hear my husband's voice saying, like, putting people in the basement is rude. You know, very old school.
Yeah.
You know, if you have guests in your house, you can't tell them the basement.
Right.
I'm like, our basement has 11-foot high ceilings and has, like, an exit to the wonderful retreat of a backyard that we have. So when I'm talking about my basement, I'm thinking, oh my God, people are gonna be like, look, she's putting people in her basement. So I'm like, when you take all of that and you edit it, it really does look like a mashup of me bragging about everything that I have, showing off, and just basically trying to be a one-upper. So when I was watching it back, I was like, that didn't go over too well. My husband came over and he was like, not too well, right? And I'm like, that's okay. That's okay. It's gonna come back around. End of the season, I'm new to Twitter, right? Because, like, now I'm a celebrity, I gotta be on Twitter. Nobody cared about what I tweeted about before, but, like, now I'm something. I'm on Twitter and I see TV Guide does a ranking on all housewives from all franchises, from first to last. And the headline reads, Jennifer Aydin, dead last as worst housewife. Yeah. But it didn't bother me. Like, I wasn't sad about it. Honestly, like, without being too, like, egotistical, I was surprised.
Yeah. Right.
I was like, really?
Yeah.
Like, me?
And why?
Well, you know, my first season, I was, like, obnoxious.
Oh my God, there's so many thrones in this house.
I know there's a lot of thrones. I feel like Liberace would be like right in that corner.
Right.
I love it.
So culturally, we have the fancy room. Like, when people come over, important guests, when they come to ask for my daughter's hand in marriage, like, this is the room that I would bring them.
These chandeliers are amazing. Where did you get
Thank
them?
you. China.
Oh,
I went to
beautiful.
China.
Did you? No, did you really? No.
Yes, I did. I went to China. I did sound like I was bragging. I did sound, but like without knowing that this was all so new to me.
So as far as your children, do they have an issue with having their personal lives exposed? Is that tricky?
Yeah, they don't like it. They don't like it. And I will say that like when people ask me, like, how are you on that show? Like, how could you, I couldn't let people into my life. I've always been like that. I've always been extremely transparent. I grew up in the jewelry business with my brother and my dad, where it was my job to go up to strangers and make conversation enough with them so that they feel comfortable enough to buy jewelry from me. So like, I've always had to do that. It's never been an issue for me to share. What's been an issue for me is to ask my loved ones to endorse something that they're not comfortable with.
Right.
I'll do it all day long. I'll strip down into Spanx. I'll go out no makeup, no hair. I'll do it all on camera because I feel that the most raw is the most real. But it's difficult for me to put my family in a position to make them do something that they're not comfortable with.
And so what about Dr. Bill? How does he feel about having his life public?
Bill did not like it in the beginning. He was just very skeptical. So in the beginning, he didn't like it because of the stigma that it had. But now that he's in it, he loves it.
Because
He
I
loves
met
meeting
Dr.
the
Bill. I
fans.
met your husband. He's so much fun. He's
Yeah.
so sweet. He's outgoing. He's a lot of fun.
He's fun, he's outgoing, he's gracious, he's hospitable. You know, I think everybody has that initial reaction when it comes to joining Housewives. It's like they always remember the one bad example or the couple bad examples of the people who got in trouble, and you automatically go to that.
Yeah, come on. Hold him up. You got him? Come on, jump. Hey, come on. Oh, yeah. Everybody home?
Bill went fishing with the guys. Sounds like they're just. Oh my God! What did you guys do to my husband?
Somebody check to see if he's
Hell,
home.
what is this, like a fraternity?
You okay? The thing is, like, I am so wholeheartedly the person that I am, and I find that it's a lot due to my husband. I have a husband who completely supports me in being me. I don't have to walk on eggshells. I don't have to pretend I'm somebody I'm not. I can totally like be full throttle myself and spread my wings, and he is A-okay with it.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
That's a great partnership.
It's a great
Yeah.
partnership. Like, I don't have to hide anything.
I think it's nice that you're both on it together because then you're sharing the experience together.
Yeah, 100%.
So I want to know is what have you been doing since the season wrapped? I believe you wrapped in October. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
immediately after we wrapped, we had BravoCon. So we went to Vegas. BravoCon was complete mayhem, but it was amazing. It was an amazing experience for us to be able to engage with the fans. We had 25,000 fans. Like, that was a record number. And just to be in Vegas with all the other Bravo celebrities, you know, you just feel like you're in this very exclusive club.
Right.
And I feel like it's a gift and a privilege.
And you just interact with everyone from the
So we
different-
just interact with the fans. So we would have panels where fans would come and sit in the audience. And, you know, sometimes we would take questions from the fans. You know, sometimes it ends good, sometimes it didn't end great. But you just got to take everything with a grain of salt and realize that the whole goal of it was really just to give the fans an experience of like hanging out with us.
And what about your castmates? Have you introduced them to your tradition and your
Yes.
culture?
Teresa loves when I throw a party. Like, when I throw a party, I can throw down, girl. I'm big with parties. I mean, my parties are, we get a DJ, it's great food, always throw in some Turkish music in there. We do like pinky line dancing. We do a little chant. It's like, when everybody's like dancing. It's wild and out. Yeah, we're very colorful people.
Traditionally, for celebration, we do the chanting. It's only Middle Eastern culture that has it. And we love it. Like, the more kililis, the better.
When did you start getting into aesthetics and beauty? How old were you?
I definitely remember it was middle school. I was not allowed to wear makeup in middle school, so I would just bring makeup to school and go 0 period and put it on in school 0 period and just wipe it off after school before I walked home.
Because your parents wouldn't allow.
My mom didn't want me to wear makeup.
Okay.
And I loved makeup.
Is that part of the tradition? And
I just thought I was too young.
okay.
I just loved wearing makeup. I would always do my own eyeliner. When I would see people getting acrylic nails, I was in high school. I didn't have money to get acrylic nails. If I asked my mom for acrylic nail money, she'd be like, smack me upside the head, literally.
So you self-taught
I self-taught everything. I remember in 4th grade, I had really curly hair. But it wasn't a curly hair that I could ever know how to style or maintain. So I used to iron my hair on an iron. I would brush
on a regular iron?
Well, I would brush my hair out and blow it out with a hairdryer as best as I could as a 4th grader, which is definitely not a good blowout. It's a very frizzy blowout.
Right.
Then I would put a piece of hair on the ironing board. I'd put the iron on my hair and I'd pull out. And when I tell you, it would come out sleek and straight and shiny. Yes, a little smoke would adhere from above, but it was pin straight, and I would iron. This is before flat irons.
So tell me about this fabulous pillow you have, Lips, Lashes, and Brows.
Yes.
The ultimate beauty pillow that you created.
Beauty pillow, yes.
Do you have it with you?
I do. I put one over here. Oh, here we go. Here, it's soft, and it is as cuddly and cozy as it looks, okay? I mean, I know you have one.
And what is it made out of? You sent me one. It's absolutely so comfortable.
It is a 600 thread count silk and Egyptian cotton blend, sateen blend. So it's super soft and it always feels cool to the touch. I don't know about you, but when I'm going to sleep, like I like coolness. I like it cold. It's got to be cold so that I can get nice and warm inside. It's really soft and moldable, and basically you just like put it into what I like to call the nook of your neck. And you basically place it like so on top of your existing pillow. Now, of course, it's not supposed to replace your pillow because I feel like that would be too far down. Right. But again, you gotta work with it, whatever works for you. I like to sleep with it on top of my existing pillow for a back, and then even there are times when I go to my side. Right. What I do is I kind of just shift it like this, and then I sleep on my side. And it's really like, I think it's the best thing since the Snuggie. Yeah. Really? The Snuggie ain't got nothing on my little pillow over here.
It's
you
like,
just take it, cuddle what on. I mean, sometimes when Bill's watching the game with like my head in his lap, I'm literally like laying on his lap with this pillow. There's one in every corner of my house. Yes, I do travel with it, but it's not a travel pillow. But you can use it as a travel pillow.
On the plane?
You can use it for injectables. We give it to our surgical patients. If you've had a facelift, when I had my nose done, this was a godsend, okay? Because you are all bandaged up, you're all bruised up. Any kind of touching of the face with anything, it's like uber sensitive. Oh. So like you don't want your face touching anything, you need it. This is a godsend for all surgical procedures.
Where can we get it? Where can we buy it?
Right now you could just get it on my website. It's jenniferaydin.com, JENNIFERAYDIN.
And what does it retail for?
It's $49.99.
Did your husband help you create the product? Because he's obviously a
He did
surgeon.
not help me create it, but he's definitely my biggest critical criticizer of it. And he helped me tweak it to where it is today. Yeah. So it definitely was a
sent me one. It's super comfortable. Yeah. I absolutely love it.
And even like
amazing.
He gives it to his hair transplant patients. Like anyone who gets hair transplants, the new follicles are very sensitive. They can't
that makes sense.
If they hit, they'll fall out.
Right. So
this will keep your neck and head elevated enough where the top of your head is not touching the pillow.
I want to talk lastly about the Turkish Relief Fund. So I understand you're traveling to Turkey. Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening there?
Parts of Turkey were hit with a devastating earthquake, and people were left without homes, cars, living in the streets. So we contacted the governor's office. They connected me to the mayor of Paterson, and Paterson has the largest amount of Turkish population in their city. In the whole United States.
So you're doing a fundraiser? Are there anywhere?
So we did a press conference. Okay. We did a press conference, and we did the press conference, and there I got the attention of the Turkish consulate, where they reached out to me and they asked me if I would help them be a voice to help generate funds and donations. And I did. The government is helping, Red Cross is helping, but they're helping in ways where they're just rebuilding the centers and the cities. There are people who can't get work. There are people who can't get diapers. There are people who just can't get basic supplies that they need because there's nobody around to give it to them. So that's what this is going to do. It's the Lemon Foundation.
Jennifer, thank you so much. We have to get started on your Social Life magazine shoot. It's such a pleasure. Absolutely love your home. I can't wait to share it with everyone.
I'm so glad. This was so fun.